Have you ever wondered why making a single banknote is infinitely harder than printing a best-selling book? Every day, billions of dollars move around the world, yet very few of us actually know how that money is made. Well, today, you are in for an absolute treat. We're diving into this explainer to uncover the incredibly complex 18-step manufacturing process that turns basic raw materials into the trusted modern banknotes sitting in your wallet right now.
Seriously, we really have to ask this right out of the gate. Why is it so tough? Well, because of the massive volume and sheer value of cash circulating globally, printing money isn't just standard manufacturing. It's an intense, high-stakes arms race against counterfeiters. It demands a mind-blowing level of engineering, chemistry, and artistry that everyday products will literally never see.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at designing the ultimate currency, crafting the secure canvas, precision printing and layering, those high-tech anti-counterfeit features, and wrapping up with final inspection and distribution.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, designing the ultimate currency. This is the very first phase, where stunning artistic vision meets absolute, impenetrable defense. Long before the massive machines ever power up, we hit steps 1 and 2, banknote design and security planning. You see, designers have to meticulously plan both the aesthetic look of the note and a complex maze of security features. This isn't just about drawing a nice portrait or picking a pretty color palette. The design has to flawlessly integrate with advanced anti-counterfeiting technology, meaning the beautiful art actually becomes part of the security itself.
Which brings us to part 2, crafting the secure canvas.
Now, true security actually starts before a single drop of ink is even applied. Just compare the fragile wood pulp paper you use in your office printer with the highly restricted, specialized cotton blend paper that gives money its distinct, durable feel. I mean, if you've ever accidentally left a 20 in your pocket and run it through the washing machine, you know it usually survives, right? That's because it's not normal paper at all. It's an industrial-grade cotton and linen blend engineered to take a serious beating.
During this foundation phase, we move through steps 3, 4, and 5. The cotton paper is manufactured, but here's the crazy part. As it's being pressed, manufacturers intentionally alter the density and thickness of the fibers to create embedded watermarks. So the watermark isn't printed on, it's literally part of the paper's physical structure. Simultaneously, in step 5, security threads are physically woven right into the wet material.
But you know, all of that incredible paper engineering leads us to the next massive challenge, because even the best canvas in the world still needs the most secure ink. If a criminal can fake the paper, they can try to fake the ink, and vice versa. It's the combination of both that creates the first real impenetrable hurdle for forgers.
So let's look at part 3, precision printing and layering.
Let's walk over to the massive presses and see how this all builds into the physical money we actually use. The printing process is a multi-tiered beast. In step 6, we kick things off with offset printing, laying down those incredibly complex, perfectly aligned background colors. Then we move to step 7, textured printing, which really gives money its distinct feel. And eventually, a bit later down the line in step 11, the notes receive their unique serial identifiers, ensuring absolutely no two bills are exactly alike.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is intaglio printing. The intense pressure used in this step, we are talking literally tons of force pushing the paper into metal plates, is exactly why you can physically feel the ink when you run your finger across a portrait on a legitimate banknote. It leaves these distinct, raised, tactile lines that standard commercial printers just cannot replicate.
We also see the integration of step 8, color shifting ink. This is a brilliant visual feature that actually changes hue depending on the angle of the light. By mixing tiny metallic flakes directly into the ink, the number on the bill might look copper from one angle and then completely green from another. It makes it instantly recognizable to the naked eye, but an absolute nightmare for a counterfeiter to copy.
Moving right along to part 4, high-tech anti-counterfeit features.
It's fascinating because modern money holds a secret world hidden right in plain sight. Let's rapid fire through some of these advanced features. First, microprinting. This involves text so incredibly small it just looks like a blurred line or a simple border to a regular scanner, but under a magnifying glass, it's perfectly clear text. Then we have complex multi-layered holograms. And finally, the invisible shields, glowing UV and infrared elements. Special inks are applied that remain completely invisible until placed under specific wavelengths of light, suddenly revealing hidden glowing patterns or even causing parts of the note to disappear entirely to a machine reader.
Which naturally leads us to step 18, and really the overarching goal of this entire operation, how counterfeit notes are prevented.
It is this exact combination of layered, high-tech features, from the tactile feel of the intaglio printing to those invisible infrared markers, that creates an insurmountable barrier for counterfeiters. A forger might crack one feature, maybe even two, but combining all 18 steps flawlessly, there is just no way. That's nearly impossible without a billion-dollar factory.
But that makes you wonder, right? What happens if a genuine note has a manufacturing flaw, or some sort of human error occurs on the factory floor? Because even the most perfect anti-forgery system in the world is totally useless if the factory itself is shipping out misprints that end up confusing the public.
And that brings us to our final section, final inspection and distribution.
This is the rigorous process of ensuring every single note is absolutely flawless before it ever reaches your wallet. Let's follow the notes chronologically through this final gauntlet. Step 13 brings in automated quality inspection, using high-speed robotic vision to scan for microscopic flaws, ink smudges, or misalignments at thousands of sheets per hour. Then, Step 14 utilizes machine verification to test those specific infrared and magnetic features. Once they pass, Step 15 involves incredibly precise machine cutting of the large sheets down to individual notes, followed closely by Step 16, which is highly secure tracked packaging. And if any note fails these tests, it is immediately shredded and destroyed.
Finally, we reach Step 17, distribution to central banks. This is a massive operation processing an astonishing volume of currency worth billions of dollars every single day. Heavily armored convoys and extreme security protocols ensure that this perfectly crafted, highly engineered product makes it safely into the global financial ecosystem.
So, what does this all mean for you? Well, next time you hold a banknote, will you see the 18 steps of hidden engineering packed inside it? I really hope this explainer leaves you wanting to grab the cash out of your own wallet, looking closely for those watermarks, feeling the raised ink, and checking for those color-shifting marvels of modern engineering we've uncovered today. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in our next explainer.